Capstone Global Consult Limited. Eye dwumakuo bi a omo fa registered nurses, drivers a omo wo GCC license, and afa securities. E di omo ko aman ahodro bi so te se Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and afa USA. Na me ne wo kasa sisi akra. Omo per registered nurses. E di omo ko USA. Akoya dwuma ko gisika pudro. Ani na enye we po. Capstone Global Consult Limited. Esanso boama. Sa wo peka atofri amanone. Omo beye ho hyehyeye nyina ma. Na wo nsatimi aka. Ka biara edawa koma so. Wa bra wo mre ho. Enti omo se bra omo so ye sesi a. Wo behu omo Otama community 9. Omo ni Ashama Timber Market. Ene di hwe animu. Anase fra omo en. Wa 0599 183083. Ana 0302 986573. Amanone fo so fra omo. +821 02 1811278. Capstone Global Consult Limited. Your success is our business. Abeka Group of Companies and Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember. And in September to Remember, Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakonya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewe nisu adie. Na fe ya sansu adie ni abo. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sansu party in the cloud. ATM ayen komani ya mekanchiro. Da be ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na yebasu 24th September. Dikosi 29th September. Annie. Enti for any reservation. Anase nchirichirimu bia. Any efresa huma true for we. 0243 514732. Ana plus 971 559 494061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Jimai TV, and Afe, Edike Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
In this edition of the editorial today, I'm going to write a letter to the people who are at the helm of affairs at Musica. That is the Musicians Union of Ghana. I'm going to write a love letter to these people because until we speak up, some of us, our effort will be in vain. That is number one. Again, until we speak up, we will be doing disservice to posterity. And thirdly, or finally, until we speak up, posterity will come and disrespect or judge us for letting them down. Because I'm sure if some 20 years, 30 years to come at the time that we have retired, and there are some people who will follow up, they come and the industry, the pillars, the institutions that are supposed to hold down the industry are still not able to stand on their own. I'm sure some of them will be asking them, so what was Sammy Flex sitting on radio and TV talking about all the time? What was Andy Dusty, Kwesia Boaje, just mention the names. What were they sitting down on radio and TV all the time talking about? What were they talking about? Because with all the time and space that they enjoyed in that particular platform or on their various platforms, we've come to meet this industry still in shambles. That is where we will be bowing our heads in shame, even in our old age, because we wouldn't be able to answer them. Therefore, this is the time to speak up. Therefore, this is the time to speak to power. Therefore, this is the time to correct the wrongs that we are all seeing and walking around it, and we are just speaking grammar around them. And unfortunately, these things continuously are happening. Unfortunately, these things continuously are happening. There seems to be no change. The same thing over and over and over again. It is sad. Therefore, we need to talk. I'll be talking about Musica. Same way, Josh2Funny is still enjoying his moment of glory. Remember his appearance on the American Got Talent, his act, and the fact that as it stands now, information I'm gathering is that it is the video that has attracted the most reaction or the most impression ever on the American Got Talent media platforms or social media platforms. Ever since they started doing this, none of their videos has attracted the kind of reaction or impression this video has gotten. As it stands now, they are even surprised. And I'm not too surprised because I remember when the Guinness Book of Record also they were doing their things, they also came up to say that the kind of reaction and impression they are getting on the Hilda Bassi stuff, they had not seen it ever in this world before. Of course, you can respect Nigeria with numbers. Yet, when we are talking about music business and we say Nigerians are beating all of Africa with numbers in terms of music, they say we shouldn't talk about it. But then you go round it, and you come to watch some of the things happening like the American Got Talent, like the Guinness World Record, and you see these guys are still using the numbers to swallow these spaces. Then you ask yourself, where is the lie? No cap. There are no lies in this. Guys, let's talk. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the conversation, why won't you permit me to say thank you to the people I work with? Out of their knowledge, experience, we are able to watch the editorial. Digital Rasta, he's also called Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor-director of the show. And to the people who support this channel to work efficiently and effectively, tap send. Tap send is an app on your phone. Download it. Put in your promo details, or first put in your bank details and make sure you use the promo details Sammy Flex if you're a first time user of the app to transfer money. It is the best so far, tried and tested. Meanwhile, if you live in Netherlands or Dubai, alongside the UK, the Americas, the Europe, you guys are already enjoying the tap send fever. So allow everybody to enjoy it as well. Try it today and thank me later. And this September to remember, rather. September to remember in Dubai is also happening. We are registering a week stay party where we are going to take you to all the beautiful tourist sites in Dubai. Call us, number on the screen, and let's register you. We are leaving Ghana 24th September through to 29th September. It is 1 week staycation in Dubai. It is going to be party. At least party after party. Go and cool off small. I know you're tired. If you have been blessed with the money in Kwandia, at least save some, spend some. You don't know tomorrow. Don't leave all the money down for someone to come and eat your woman or your people in addition. Use some. You will not die. I know you will not die. You'll be fine. Now, let's get into serious matters. Like I said, until we talk about this, posterity will not forgive us. Not at all. Posterity say, these people have disappointed us. So we have to talk. First, let's talk about Musica, the Musicians Union of Ghana. Musica. Musica is one body that should be fighting for musicians from all corners. From the corners of government, from the corners of consumers, from the corners of agencies, from the corners of corporate bodies in Ghana. If we have an active musicians union, they should be doing all these fight for us, including artist welfare. I'm sure if you have an active union, no artist will say that, an event organizer called me and he didn't pay me what was expected of me, or he did not even pay me at all like we hear. If you have an active musicians union, musicians will not say, I went to the church to perform and the pastor only gave me a small envelope and prayed for me and said, God bless me. No. If you have a strong union in Ghana, musicians will not be going for interviews, and when they are asked, how much royalties are you paid? They will talk about, I'm paid 300 Ghana cedis and 400 Ghana cedis in a period of about 6 months as royalties. If the Musician Union of Ghana is to be really formidable and working, like many musicians will be smiling. Now, there are so many angry. Many of them will not once, not twice. Many musicians are hungry, though they have hit songs, all because some of these institutions that are supposed to take care of them, they are not functioning. They are not working. They are just there. They have names, but they don't live. It's like going to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and seeing his statue there, the one with the hands raised. Yes, it is there, just there like that. That's how most of the unions we have in the entertainment industry, that's how they are functioning. Toothless bulldogs, they are not biting. In fact, they are not even breathing. How can they even bite to start with? Now, why am I not so happy with Musica? For the past years, Musica has been dormant, doing nothing, because a common election to make sure that a new administration is formulated or established for them to start working is still not being done. After giving date upon date upon date that this is what we want to do. And this is after Obo's tenure or after Obo's reign by Osei Kufuor, who is now the general manager of Ghana Post. May God bless him. He's one of the guys who really, in his reign, made Musica very, very attractive. Obo is one of the guys that, personally, I told so many people that, looking at things, the day Obo would leave office at Musica, Musica would never be the same. As if I was prophesying. Today, it is what it is. As if at the time I was prophesying. Today, it is what it is. Ever since Obo left the offices of Musica, Musica has never been the same. Musica has been in shambles. And I'm not scared to say this. I can sit anywhere and say this with all the authority in me. 5 times, Musica tried organizing an elections and they were not able to do it. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Musicians Union of Ghana. This body should come together to be taking some decisions that will inure to the benefit of musicians in Ghana. Yet, common election, they are not even able to be formulated. They are not. Let's get the details right. So, Kwame Dazi's Joy Entertainment has compiled this. Or better still, Showbiz A to Z has compiled this. And it says, the first postponement, or better still, it says 5 times Musica has postponed its election since 2019. Listen, since 2019, and we are in 2023. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, look at this. Is it not sad? Is it not sad? Since 2019. First postponement was from June 26, 2019 to July 10th, 2019. Reason: court injunction over anomalies in the voters register. First, their problem was that, the voters registration was not done right. Some were added in who were not right or who did not have the power to vote. Okay, no problem. Just that? Was it just that? The fact that anomalies over voters registration? Was it just that? So they could not correct it within some few days or months or weeks to go do the election? No. We moved on to the second postponement, which is June 26, 2020. And the reason was that COVID-19 pandemic and national registration exercise by the Electoral Commission. Of course, this can be reasonable a little bit because at that time, the whole world was on standstill. So we can circle this and move on to the next one. It says third postponement, January 13, 2022. It says the reason was that to enable the union to put in place adequate measures to ensure free, fair, and transparent elections. Like, what kind of nonsense is this? What kind of nonsense is this? To enable the union to put in place adequate measures to ensure free, fair, and transparent elections. The union members are not the people who organize the elections. Or they are not the people who oversee. Let me put it that way. They are not the people who oversee the elections. Qualified people from the Electoral Commission comes to oversee the elections of Musica all over Ghana. So what do they mean by to enable the union, put in place measures? Someone sitting somewhere is just fooling with the union. Someone sitting somewhere is just misbehaving. Someone sitting somewhere doesn't want the industry to progress. So this fooling will continue. Like, look at this reason. To look for fair and what? Let's move on to the fourth postponement. It says, difficulty in compiling the voters register and the commission. Remember the first one, which said, injunction over anomalies in the voters register in 2019. We come back to 2023, that is February 2023, and we are still saying difficulty in compiling the voters register. Oh, Ghana. Charlie, sometimes it's sad, huh? Sometimes you ask yourself and you ask yourself that, are we at the right place? Like, are we right? Because sometimes the people around us, the way they act, they don't act as human beings. So they act like they are not reasonable. Because if reasonable people are speaking like this, then where did we get to? How did we get here? Then the fifth one, which is just yesterday. Let me put it that way, just yesterday. That's the August 8, 2023, court injunction over failure to render an account. So since 2019 that they were preparing to do their elections, no reasonable person there could say that, oh, we've not done our accounts. Therefore, before we will be able to do before we be able to do the election, we need to render an account. Nobody was able to think like that. They are still talking about register information and all those things. Since 2019, we haven't been able to. Charlie, I think we are joking. You see why when they call the active musicians to come and talk musical matters, they won't come? Now, respect their decision. In fact, first, I was not understanding them. First, I was also not happy that, guys, the guys need you to move the thing. When they invite you, come, let's think with them and move. But at this stage, I think I've come to understand why they are not going to sit with them. They will just waste their active time. They waste their active time. No wonder that when you go to Musica, people who are inactive, old men, people who are not aware of what the industry is doing and where the industry is going, they are the people occupying such positions. And they are meting out all this stupidity. This is the kind of nonsense they are doing there. 5 times. One unnecessary reason after the other. One unnecessary reason after the other. That person who is talking about accountability, after the election, are we not going to give power to some new officers? Can't the new officers take care of this accountability to be done? Those who be given the power, the first vice president, the second vice president, the general secretary, the president, and all those co-ministers. When, guys, we want you guys to give us accountability from the last administration. Should this call off a whole election that has been on standstill since 2019 and we are still here? We are just not serious. Shatawale, Sarkodie, Black Sheriff, Stoneboy, the rest of them. Guys, don't look back at any Musica. There is nothing for you guys there. Take your destiny into your own hands. Go and look for your head. Survive. There is nothing for you. Because if Musica cannot build, cannot stand, how would they come and correct all the unnecessary things happening at Gambro for you guys to get better payment of royalties? If Musica cannot sit down and work out things well, how can they come back fighting for you at Gambro to get things done right? It is sad. It is sad. A very sad one. And I wish that we have not gotten here. But unfortunately, we are here. I wish that we had not gotten here, but unfortunately, we are here. Now, let me just talk about some latest something that I've gathered on Josh2Funny, and I'll wrap up on this particular one. And Street Thoughts, just from Nigeria, is sharing some details with us, and I would want to read with you as well about Josh2Funny and the fact that guy is still reigning, and whatever he did in America is still being appreciated. I'm sure going to talk about this. It says, Nigerian comedian Josh2Funny's America's Got Talent performance video is now the most liked video of all time on America's Got Talent Twitter page. Now listen to this. This record breaking. It is now the most liked video of all time on America's Got Talent Twitter page. It says, Niger people will always pull up to support their own any day, anytime. And this is fact. Niger people will always pull up to support their own any day, anytime. This is fact. Josh went to the show to sell his market, and the producers of the show were most certainly in on it. And he gave a fantastic stand-up comedy show. What he did can be likened to a comic interlude, much like we have musical breaks on shows. He got the crowds roaring. After the initial confusion, he got Simon, who hardly smiles, cheering and clapping. His words were clear, distinct, and fresh. He bodied the moment, and of course, he's likable. Just watch him get mainstreamed into the American comedy world. Collabos with Trevor Noah, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, etc. And this is what Street Thoughts Gist from Nigeria is telling us, that, guys, at the moment, there is a record when it comes to America Got Talent. And this record is being pushed by no other person than Josh2Funny, whose last appearance on the platform has made waves. Incredible waves. Everybody is talking about it. And he said Nigeria will come and support their own. Underline that. Nigeria will come and support their own. I pray that one day someone will also be proud to say Ghana will come and support. Of course we do though. But we want the numbers to also show. Nigeria will come and support with the numbers. At everywhere, they will intimidate you. That's one thing sometimes I admire about them. They will intimidate you. They will push you into knowing that, yeah, we are the deal. We are the deal. Whether you like it or not, they will show you they are the deal. And I cannot say much. We just wish them well. More records. And like the writer said, these are just moves to get into mainstream comedy market in America. If he gets there, gets to do any appearances with the Kevin Harts, the Trevor Noahs, and all those people, you guys will see fire. Josh2Funny, thanks for the inspiration. Continue doing you, and let's see how you can inspire others as well. A word to the wise is enough on this platform. Those who have ears, everything we have said, listen, especially the Musica things. Listen, and let's learn from it. We will get better if only we are able to correct ourselves like this. We will get better if only we are able to see what we are doing wrong and we correct them. My name is Sammy Flex. Special thanks to Digital Rasta Currency on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show. I'll come back to you again with some more. I'm out of here.